All right, mathletes, here we are looking at cumulative data sets. Okay, so oftentimes with our cumulative data, we want to look at data sets as a whole. And we're going to look at cumulative frequency distribution tables and make a cumulative frequency graph. Okay, cumulative frequency gives us a running total. So we're going to continuously add things together because it's a running total of scores up to a particular value. Okay, these cumulative frequency graphs can be useful to estimate your median, and in the future, our quartiles and mins and max. So let's look at our one example here. So this table shows the times of 50 people spent on an exercise bike at a gym in one day. To construct a cumulative frequency table for the data, notice we have our data set here, okay, and we have our frequency. So to get the cumulative frequency, we're just going to, so it's the number of people that have been up to 5. Well, there's been 5 from here. Okay. The next one, we are going to get our cumulative frequency. We add everything previous to that. So 5 plus 8 is 13. Okay, so that means there's been at least 13 people that stayed on it up until 10 minutes. Well, how many people stayed up until 25 minutes? So we take the number, the 13 before, add it to the 10, and we get 23. Okay. Now how many people stayed on up till 20 minutes or 20 minutes or less? So we take the 23 that we had from the previous ones, add it to the 12, and we're going to get 35. Okay. And then how many people stayed on from 0 to 25 minutes? Well, adding those additional 9, we're going to be 44. Okay. And then with the last 6 that stayed on it from 25 to 35 minutes, I get 50. Okay. A good check for yourself is always make sure your last number is how many elements you have or your n value. Okay, so that's first thing. So after we get our frequency table, we want to make a cumulative frequency table next to it. Okay. Now, if I'm going to do my graph, I am going to mark my values here. Okay. So at 5, I have a frequency of 5, so I'm going to make a dot right there. At 10. So up until 10, I have 13. So it's going to be somewhere slightly above 10. Okay. At 15, 10 to 15, I'm at 23. So a little bit above 20. Okay. At 20, I'm going to be at up to 35. And then at 25, I'm going to be at 44. So just a rough approximation here. And then at 30 people, I'm at 50. Okay. So it should be a curve that connects the dots. Okay. And this is our cumulative frequency graph. Okay. So answering the questions here, we have constructed our cumulative frequency table. That's here. We've represented the data on our cumulative frequency graph. That's here. Okay. Use your graph to estimate how many people use the bike for less than 12 minutes. So less than 12 minutes. Okay. I'm going to go here, and that matches right here. This is 12 minutes. So how many people used it less than 12 minutes? I mark it from here up and then over. And I see, that's about, approximate here, okay, is 18 is our frequency. Okay, so I'm going to say about 18 people stayed on it for less than 12 minutes. More than 23 minutes. So again, I'm going to come over to 23. Okay, come up. Okay, and then go over. Okay, and that is approximately a little above 40, so maybe 41. Okay, so more than that, so how many people, if I know I have 50, from 41 to 50, that means I have 9 people that are represented in that more than 23. Okay, the last one is estimate the median time spent. Well, I should know my median is a value in the middle. So if I have 50 individuals, okay, 25 is in the middle. So now I'm going to work from this side of the graph. I move over. Okay, now I drop it down. Okay, and down here I'm going to estimate that to be about 16. Okay, so the estimate median time spent on a bike is 16. Okay, that concludes our notes for tonight. Please highlight any questions you might have and bring them to class tomorrow.